Coco sit by the fire, talking about the tales that never tire. Ghosts and ghouls up in the trees, whispering secrets on the breeze. Down in the holler where shadows hide, lights flicker where the spirits glide. It's where they saw Jim, now gone, walking around with his boots still on. Unseen things in the Appalachian night, haunted fields where the moon don't lie. Cryptids howl and the stories flow. Jen and Coco, they surely know.
Hello.
Hey!
Hello. We're drinking
Hi.
blood
Cheers.
because this is about cannibalism.
Welcome to the Donner Dinner Party.
Yes. She called me today to just, while I was at work, she FaceTimed me at the dawn about the Donner Dinner Party. I have her blasting on my FaceTime with other people around, and she loudly is telling me about, oh, let's put pomegranate juice and make it like we're drinking blood. And then people are just like, yeah, I'm the weirdo at
And I was
work.
like, I don't want to give away all the secrets yet. We got a fun evening planned.
We're well, I'm not doing shit. It's just like,
I'm making us dinner.
let's take
Oh,
this
you want to
over
come
here.
over here? Okay.
What do you
Well,
have
it's
here?
not quite ready. So we're gonna have intestines
Yes.
with testicles.
Some balls. We're gonna eat
Some
some.
balls.
We're gonna have some balls.
And some garlic bread fingers.
Yes.
It's just not cut into fingers yet. Everybody can see how crazy my kitchen looks. I'm like a hoarder. Don't judge me. I'm sweating to death.
Are you?
Good Lord.
Oh my God. She
I
gave
think
me.
I'm having a hot flash because I don't have a uterus anymore.
She gave me these. She has these benches, and like literally, my fat ass is gonna break one.
Well, to be fair, they're kind of
They're wobbly, wobbly. Okay.
wobble wobble.
So let's get into this.
Let's get into the nitty gritty.
I'll come up with these topics, and then I'll won't fucking.
You're like, all right, you talk about it.
I will. Like, let's talk about cannibalism, and I'm not gonna research shit. Well, no, because the one story. I mean, I know a few stories.
Well, we have a couple different stories we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the feral people of Appalachia.
Yeah,
We're going to talk
Smoky
about
Mountains.
Boone Helm, and we're
Yeah.
going to talk about the Donners.
Yes. So let's just get into Dennis Martin, the feral people of Smoky Mountains. Some of
Okay.
you are familiar
We do that.
with. There is a documentary. I think it's also based on a book, Missing 411. And I was just telling Coco about that. Basically, a lot of missing people, when you look at a map of the missing people of America, a lot of them, it falls in line of where the national parks are. And particularly the Appalachian Mountains. A lot of people go missing. And if you're anything like me, or her, or believe in anything creepy, there's all the stories about the Appalachian Woods, the Bigfoot, the Mothman, the Flatwoods Monster. There's a lot of them. I could be here all night. And could there be something like that that's kidnapping, that's taking, that's eating people like this? Could it be feral people? And I've gotten some heat about this. I can't remember his name, but there was a YouTube channel, had a lot of followers. He used a clip where I was talking about the feral people of the Smoky Mountains. And I've gotten shit from people from the region that will be like, oh, you're giving, the Appalachian Mountains, the people, like a bad name. And it's like, no, that's not what it's about. First off, we live in we're in Appalachia too. So we're not trying to down Appalachia. I love it here. But, there's also other people that are like, hey, I'm from this area. I'm from the Smoky Mountains. She's burning herself over there.
I'm burning myself on the intestines.
But they're from that area and they're like, yeah, we've heard of the feral people, So I'm trying to remember the story. I have so much stuff in my brain all the time.
Where's your notes, lady?
I don't even have notes right now.
Yes,
this is about Dennis Martin. I've done this story before.
Okay,
but yeah, Dennis Martin. This little boy, I have it right here. He was an American child who disappeared on June 14th, 1969 in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee at the age of 6. And it was 6 days before his 7th birthday. This search effort was the most extensive in the park's history, involving approximately 1,400 searchers and a 56 square mile area. So basically what I heard was that he was playing trick or treat. The family hiked from Cades Cove, a place that I love, to Russell Field and camped overnight. They hiked to Spence Field near the Appalachian Trail where they planned to spend the night. He disappeared. He was planning on surprising the adults with his brother and older children from a separate family the Martins were camping with. He was last seen by his father going behind a bush to hide, intending on surprising the adults with the other children. I've also heard that he was playing hide and go seek. So basically he went behind a bush to hide, jump out, surprise, and he was never seen again, and everybody looked for him.
That's crazy.
Sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at that for anybody listening on Spotify. But people have also said that there was rumors that they saw like kind of wild looking men. And there was always like this rumor that there was wild feral men in the mountains. They could just be your good old hillbillies, but they claim that these people were feral and possibly even cannibals, feeding on the flesh of humans. So I don't know. There's a lot of stories of different Reddits, all that stuff. This could be fiction, but I've heard a lot of cannibal stories. I don't know. It's not my thing, but
Speaking of cannibalism.
Before we segue into the next topic.
Get your bum over here.
Here we got our
dinner's ready. We got our intestines, our balls, and our fingers. Would you like some skin flakes on top of your?
I would. I'd like some skin flakes
on top of your
intestines. What is it? I watched this person, Parmesan Palms, I think is her name. She has some condition where like she has to shave her feet and her hands constantly because of the dead skin, and like people will be like the forbidden Parmesan.
Oh, that's disgusting. This is extra forbidden Parmesan because it's from dead people.
Oh, nice.
If this
chair breaks on live, I will piss my pants.
Hilarious.
Laughing.
You know how many chairs I've broken in my life?
Okay, here's another. All right, she's feeding me some vegan food.
Let me know how. My hairy armpit was just in the camera. Sorry.
That's all right. People will get over it.
I ain't sorry about my pits. I'm just sorry I put it on the camera.
Mm.
How is it?
Good intestine.
Oh, good. See, cannibalism ain't so bad.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy. I don't know who Jimmy is.
You met Jimmy.
Did I meet Jimmy?
You met him at MadCon.
Hi, Jimmy.
Okay. So, I'm going to have you talk about the Donner Party.
Okay.
Which isn't exactly an Appalachian story, but it's a very well-known cannibal story.
Before we get into the Donner Party, I have some tales of cannibalism of my own. Not like I did it.
I'm like, maybe I don't want to be here anymore.
I remember in middle school we had to like pick a different country and write a book report on it. So I chose Borneo because there was cannibals there. Even as a child, I was a fucking weirdo. And then one time at band camp, no, it was actually at Slapshots Bar in Dormont.
Oh yeah, good old Slapshots.
I met this guy, I forget his name. He was clearly fucked up because he told me that he once sliced off a little chunk of his own leg and cooked it and ate it because he wanted to know what he tasted like.
That's disgusting.
Yes. So that's where we're at.
We're in the
so
comments.
back to the Donner Party. Jimmy, it is delicious. There's some left if you want some. Sounded like you ate a we did. You know that's
Yes.
my Ari. Okay.
Yes.
Hello. So the Donner Party. I know like a lot of people are familiar. It's like the most famous cannibalism case.
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, okay. Well, this is like the original,
The OG.
the OG of cannibals. So the Donner Party was a family of about, I think there was about 80 of them to start off.
Yeah, it was a big ass family.
They started off in Illinois.
Were they in like big like Oregon Trail type things?
So yeah, it was like Oregon Trail. They were heading west. Everybody at that time was going to California for what, like the gold rush?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they thought, let's get in on the action. So they loaded up their family, loaded up their animals, loaded up their, what are those things called? Their wagons.
I don't know.
Their mode of transportation.
Their little house on the prairie wagon.
Yeah. And so they set off
It's just a
west
wagon,
for
I guess.
California. They met this guy Hastings. I forget his first name, but he had like constructed this map that he was giving people of how to get there. Well, he included this little shortcut of his that was like, if you just go this way, it'll get you there a couple of days earlier. Well, Hastings was an idiot. And it actually added about 125, good old slap shots, about 125 miles to their journey. And so instead of getting there before winter, like they had planned,
Mm-hmm.
they got there in the thick of it. What is that?
It's just a little thing that goes across the bottom. Continue.
Oh, sorry.
Just continue.
So along the way, obviously, food starts running out, supplies start running out. They eat all their cattle. They eat their horses. Oh, the Donner Party. I thought it said that they were like a family. Whatever I read.
There's some family. At least some.
Okay, well, a lot of them was family.
Okay.
Yes, they weren't all family. My bad. And we should have Ari on here. They know a lot about like everything. Where was I?
The guy doesn't know shit about the fuck.
No, I already said that part.
It's 125
I got
miles.
blood on you.
It doesn't matter.
No, I already said that part too.
Well, I don't know where you were at. I was
So
focused on my food.
supplies are running out. Food is running out. They eat their horse.
Yeah, and they're cows.
Their horses, their cattle. And then people start to die.
Mm-hmm.
So then they start to eat them.
Yeah.
And they're thinking initially like most people are dying from starvation, when in reality, most of them were dying. Hi, Mike. Probably from hypothermia because it was so cold. They probably could have like lasted a little bit longer and maybe got to where they're going if they just like ate some snow and stayed hydrated.
Right, some snow. Not the yellow
Right?
snow.
Not the yellow snow. Don't eat yellow snow.
I don't know how nutritious snow is.
Well, it's not nutritious, but you can go.
But it's like, it's not like,
Come
it
on
won't hurt
over,
you.
Sue. Snow wouldn't hurt you. I mean, unless
I really don't know.
you're eating it off the side of the road where it's been like contaminated by all kinds of shit. But you can last a couple weeks without food
Yeah.
as long as you're drinking water.
Okay.
So they probably, more of them probably could have survived. They probably could have maybe got to where they were going had they not just.
So they all ate each other. Was anybody left or did they all die?
I feel like I wrote that down somewhere. I think out of like the initial 80 some, there was about 40 left in the end. But even that sounds like too big of a number. We should do better research.
Well, it is what it is.
How are these fingers?
Those are very good. That does not taste like meat, but it's edible.
What does it taste like?
I don't know. Vegetables? Well, you're used to not eating beef, and I shouldn't be eating beef.
It's better for you.
All right. So.
Right, because it was winter because stupid idiot gave them bad advice.
Hold on, let me put this comment on. Yeah, I think they were pretty much doomed from the start. That was a lot of.
If they would have
everybody
went the
died back
regular route, if they would have went their intended route without taking Hastings shortcut, which wasn't a shortcut, obviously.
then. Yeah. So, is there anything else you want to add about that one?
I don't know.
Because I'll get right into like Boone Helm.
You want to talk about Boone?
Boone Helm,
Boone is another
cannibal
cannibal that headed west
from Kentucky.
and just was eating fuckers.
Yeah, he was a bad dude. Like he wanted to go out, and I'm actually just gonna read this because better than me trying to remember with my freaking ADHD brain.
Well, yeah, you see how much I remembered about the dinner party, and I just fucking read about it.
Boone Helm was bad, and nothing could have made him anything but bad. He was by birth and breeding low, coarse, cruel, animal-like, and utterly depraved. And for him, no name but ruffian can fitly apply. He was a ruffian.
What does that mean?
Like, I don't know, an asshole, a bastard, bad person.
Oh.
So he was born in Kentucky, but his family moved to Missouri during his early youth. So the boy was brought up on a borderland between civilization and the savage frontier. For this was about the time of the closing days of the old Santa Fe Trail, and the towns of Independence and Westport were still sending out their wagon trains. Wagon train, that's it.
Is that what it's called?
Well, whenever there's like a convoy of them. To the far mountain regions. By the time Boone Helm was grown, and soon after his marriage, the great gold craze of California broke out, and he joined the rush westward. Already he was a murderer, and already he had a reputation as a quarrelsome and dangerous man. He was of powerful build and turbulent temper, delighting in nothing so much as feats of strength, skill, and hardihood. Is that a word?
Oh, I didn't know it did that. Sorry.
It's okay. His community was glad to be rid of him, like any community he ever lived in. Helm continued the line of life mapped out for him from birth in the California diggings. He met men like him there and was ever ready for a duel with weapons. In this way, he killed several men. No one knows how many, but this sort of thing was so common in the case of so many men in those days that little attention was paid to it. And this was like back in the day, the Wild West. People are, they got those wanted posters.
They're pew-pewing all over town.
That's people would take, 10 paces and turn around and shoot each other. That's how you handled shit back then. Here's a paper towel.
We should go back to doing that.
Okay. So it must have been a ruthless murder which at length caused him to flee the coast to escape the vengeance of the miners. He headed north and east after a fashion of the times following the California boom and was bound for the mountain placers in 1853 when he is recorded as appearing in Oregon. He and a half dozen companions whom he had picked up on the way, and most of whom were strangers to each other, now started for Front Hall, Idaho, intending to go from there to a point below Salt Lake City. So he's traveling with a bunch of people. At this point, I don't think he was a cannibal yet. I think he was just a piece of shit murderer, like many people were back then. But he was particularly ruthless. At last, they got east as far as the Soda Springs on the Bear River, where they were on well-known ground. I need glasses. By this time, however, their horses had given out and their food was exhausted. They killed their horses, made snowshoes with the hides, and sought to reach Fort Hall. Because, that would be like common sense. I guess you'd eat the animals first. Not to you.
Right, because you're not going to...
But you need to stay alive.
Eat each other first before...
Yeah, you don't want to go to cannibalism right out the bat.
0 to 100
Man, I'm
real
hungry.
quick.
I'm gonna eat your arm. Okay, so the party was now reduced to one of those awful starving marches of the wilderness, which are now and then chronicled in Western life. This meant that the weak must perish where they fell. They just left their bodies. That was your dog.
It makes the funniest noises.
The strength of Helm and one of the others, named Burton, enabled them to push on ahead, leaving their companions behind in the mountains. They just, leave the bodies. They're not going to carry the bodies with them, obviously. Almost within reach of Fort Hall, Burton gave out and was left behind in an abandoned cabin. Helm pushed on into this old stockade, but found out it was also abandoned for the winter season, and he could not get food there. He then went back to where he had left Burton, and according to the report, he was trying to get wood for a fire when he heard a pistol shot and returned to find that Burton had killed himself. At this point, he's like, well, might as well not let this good meat go to waste.
Might as well eat it.
Might as well eat him. So he ate one leg of the body, and then wrapping up the other in a piece of an old shirt, threw it across his shoulder, and started on further east. He had before this.
So he was like, I'm going to save this for later.
Yeah, like,
this is lunch.
It's his doggy bag.
Do you think he ate it like a
chicken?
Turkey? Yeah, like one of those big like Renaissance fair turkey legs. So he was just like chomping on dude's arm.
He had before this on the march declared to the party that he had practiced cannibalism at an earlier time and proposed to do so again if it became necessary on this trip across the mountains. So he had done it before.
So he was just like cannibal by nature.
Yeah. His calm threat was now verified. Helm was found at last at an Indian camp, which we call Native American, by John W. Powell, who learned that he was as hard of a character that he had ever run across. So
hard character.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's like just eating people.
Yeah.
And having a good time. Yeah. What would you do in that situation?
I'd probably just die. I mean, if we're being real, I don't see myself. I mean, but if you get to the point of hunger where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this dead body, like you're not mentally there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, so while I'm of sound mind, no, I would never resort to cannibalism.
I don't think I would.
But if I were in a situation and I like go nuts,
eating spaghetti,
right? Well,
that is the point of this.
Yeah, these are our intestines and our testicle balls.
Hi, Chris. So John W. Powell found him, learned he was a piece of crappy person. Nonetheless, he took care of Helm, gave him food and clothes, and took him to the settlements around Salt Lake. Powell found that Helm had a bag containing over $1,400 in coins, which he had carried across the divide through all hardships. He would take no pay from Helm, and the latter never even thanked him for his kindness, but left him as soon as he reached the Mormon settlements. Hold on, I just lost my space. What the heck's wrong with this? Hold on. Da 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 da. I don't know where it went.
We're waiting.
I know. This is like the worst ever.
Well,
keep talking. Oh, I found it.
It's going to turn into a mukbang.
It is. Show them your food. Show them your food.
I am.
Show me your genitals. Remember that song?
Mm-hmm. Genitalia.
Okay. So here the abandoned ruffian. What's going on with cannibalism?
Well, that's what we're talking about, Stephen.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We talked about the Donner Party, and we talked about the rumors of the feral cannibal people in the mountains.
It was
Smoky Mountains.
Messed up about the Donner Party as that like some people like had to eat like their mom or like their uncle.
I'd rather starve.
Right.
But yeah, so we're talking about Boone Helm right now. He was a cannibal as well, but he was a bad dude. So here the abandoned ruffian, because remember Boone's a ruffian,
right?
Boasted of
what
he had done and settled down briefly to the customary enjoyments of the rough when in town. He spent his money, hired out. What's a Danite? Hired out as a Danite? Oh, I guess he killed people. Killed a couple of men whom the Mormons wanted removed. So he's like a hitman.
A Danite?
I don't know.
Anybody know what a Danite is?
I think it's like a hitman. and soon got so bad that he had to leave. Once more, he headed west to California, and once more he started back north from San Francisco for reasons satisfactory to himself. While in California, as was later learned, he undertook to rob and kill a man at an outlying ranch who had taken him in and befriended him when he was in need and in flight from vengeance. He showed no understanding of gratitude, no matter what was done for him or how great his extremity was. So he didn't even thank these people for taking him in, even though he was a butthole.
I like to think he probably did.
Probably.
As soon as I read that, Sarah, I had the worst thought cross my mind. I don't even know if I can share it publicly.
About his wife?
Yeah.
Maybe he made her like a puppet. He just puppeteered her. I had the trains going. Okay, in Oregon, Helm went back to robbery as his customary means of support, and he killed several men at this time of his life. How many will never be known. In 1862, as the mountain placers were now beginning to draw the crowds of mining men, it was natural that Boone Helm should show up to Florence. Sorry, I just read that. Here he killed a man in cold blood, in treachery, while his enemy was not armed after their quarrel had been compromised. This victim was Dutch Fred. Is his first name Dutch? Or is he Dutch?
Cool.
That's Dutch Fred. He's Dutch.
A Dutch man named Fred.
It's Dutch Fred. He's Italian.
This is Italian Jen and Lebanese Coco.
He was a man that had a reputation as a fighter, but he had never offended Helm, who killed him at the instigation of an enemy of his victim and possibly for hire. He shot Fred while the latter stood looking at him in the face, unarmed, and missing him with the first shot. He took deliberate aim with the second and murdered this man, his friend, in cold blood. This was pretty bad even for Florence. I guess Florence was a bad place, and he had to leave. That fall, he turned up far to the north on the Fraser River in British Columbia. I have heard of the Fraser River. Here he was once more reduced to the danger of starving and doing the foot march through the wilderness. And here, once more, he was guilty of eating the body of his companion, whom he is supposed to have slain. Stop traveling with the guy. He's going to eat you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid.
But I digress. The British authorities sent him back, and for a time he was held in Portland, Oregon for safekeeping. Later, he was tried in Florence for killing Dutch Fred, but the witness had disappeared, and people had long ago lost interest in the crime because of others more recent. Sounds like America. Helm escaped justice and was supposed to have gone to Texas, but he soon appeared in the several settlements mentioned in the preceding pages and moved from one to the other. He killed many more men. How many in all was never known.
Fucking savage.
The courage and hardihood of Boone Helm were evident of the closeness of his life. 3 men of the vigilantes did the dangerous work of arresting him and took him by closing in on him as he stood in the street talking. If I'd had a chance, said he, or if I had guessed what you were all up to, you'd never have taken me. He claimed
great acting.
not to know what was wanted of him when brought before the judges of the vigilante court, and solemnly declared that he had never killed a man in all his life. They made him kiss the Bible and swear to this over again to see to what lengths his perjured and depraved soul would go. He don't give no shits about no Bible. He ate a man more than once.
I think it probably says in the Bible somewhere not to eat your fellow man.
Thou shalt not eat your friends.
Yeah, thou shalt.
So he swore on the Bible
your wife.
With perfect calmness because he's a sociopath.
Right.
This did not move his captors. Helm was little expectant that they would be. He called aside one of them who he had knew and declined a clergyman and confessed to murdering in Missouri and California. He admitted that he had been imprisoned once or twice, but denied that he had been a road agent. I don't know. Hold on. I just lost my place. He said his friends did it. Jack Gallagher, also under arrest, heard him thus incriminate himself and others of the gang and called him all names in the calendar. Oh, there's names in a calendar? Oh. Telling him he ought to die.
Damn!
All the names in the calendar he was called.
What does that even...
I don't fucking know. I have looked at death in all forms. Oh, cool. Said Helm coolly. Okay. I have looked at death in all forms. Because he's cool about it.
Right.
And I am not afraid to die. He then asked for a glass of whiskey because he's ballin', as did many of these murderers when they were brought to the gallows. From then on, he was cool and unconcerned, and showed a finish worthy of one ambitious to be thought of as bad, because he's bad to the bone.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, like he chews on people's bones.
Right.
There were 6,000 men assembled in Virginia City to see the execution of these criminals, who were fast being rounded up and hung by the citizens. The place of execution was in a half-finished log building. The ropes were passed over the ridgepole, and as the front of the building was open, a full view was offered of the murderers as they stood on the boxes arranged for the drops. Boone Helm looked around at his friends placed for death and told Jack, "Stop making such a fuss." "There's no use in being afraid to die," said he. And indeed,
said he.
The fuck just happened? Okay.
I don't know. What?
I don't know what's happening to this thing.
That's some
Stop
AOL
loading.
shit.
I know, right? And then he indeed, there was probably never lived a man more actually devoid of all sense of fear. He valued neither the life of others nor his own. He saw that his end had come, and he was careless about the rest. He had a sore finger, which was tied up.
What was he doing with it?
I don't know. And this seemed to trouble him more than anything else. My finger hurts. I don't care that I'm about to hang, but my finger hurts.
Your neck's about to hurt. You'll
Yeah.
forget all about it.
There was some delay about the confessions and the last offices of those who prayed for the condemned, and this seemed to irritate Boone Helm. "For God's sakes," said he, "if you're going to hang me, I want you to do it and get through with it. If not, I want you to tie up my finger for me. Kill me or fix my finger."
I want to know what he was doing with his finger.
I don't know. That's his nose-picking finger. "Get me that overcoat of yours, Jack," he said to Jack Gallagher as the latter was stripped for the noose. "You won't need it now," replied Jack Gallagher, who was dying blasphemous. About then, George Lane, one of the lines of men about to be hung, jumped off his box on his account. "There's one gone to hell," remarked Boone Helm philosophically. He's still talking shit to the end.
Death.
Jack Gallagher was hanged next, and as he struggled, his former friend watched him calmly. "Kick away, old fellow," said Boone Helm.
He was a
Fucking ass.
psycho.
Then, as though suddenly resolved to end it, he commented, "My turn next. I'll be in hell with you in a minute." Boone Helm was a Confederate and a bitter one. Well, that explains it. And this seems to have remained with him to the last. Jesus. "Every man for his principles," he shouted. "Hurrah for Jeff Davis. Let her rip." He sprang off the box and finished, utterly brutal and reckless. He
jumped off the box before they could even move it. He was like,
"I'll
do it for you."
That's it.
Yeeted himself right off.
And that's it.
That's insane. People are fucking crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, okay, he's a really bad person, but you got to respect he's pretty gangster.
Yeah, I mean, through and through, like, he owned it.
What the fuck is that?
People next door.
No.
So I had two very intrusive thoughts.
Okay.
The first one being, do you think he put people...
I think part of your fucking chair just broke off.
Well, we thought that might happen.
Go on.
Do you think he put people on a spit like you do a barbecue and roasted them over the fire? You know, like turning them.
If I was going to eat people, which I don't,
Like get them like real charred.
I would have to burn their skin like charred. Like I don't
think you have to eat the skin, you eat the muscle.
I like my hot dogs like really crispy.
Okay, so my second intrusive thought.
Yeah.
You eat a dick like a hot dog as a cannibal.
I can't even comment on that.
So my third intrusive thought, whenever Sarah was like, I wonder if he killed his wife and made her into a stew, I'm like, I wonder if he ate her taco like a taco.
What? Are I was reading this and I'm like,
do you need me to repeat it, or did you actually hear me?
eat her stuff as a taco?
Like, eat her taco as a taco.
I mean, that's definitely really puts a new perspective to eating somebody out.
Listen,
Sarah said,
just being honest. Literally, as soon as you said that, that was the first thought in my brain.
Terry,
like,
we're looking
taco.
forward to hanging out with you as well.
Yes.
Yes, if anybody
Can't wait for Wildwood.
has not bought tickets for Wildwood, we have a...
And that's Jen's birthday, so we're going to be
well,
like...
it's a couple days before, but we're going to celebrate.
I know it's not the exact day, but I'm saying...
You don't know shit. Shut up! Oh, now we're getting really creative.
But anyways, it's your birthday, so it's gonna be a little extra special. A little more special than normal.
We were at Wildwood for my birthday last year.
That's so fun. Very briefly. Well,
I know.
it was like his dad paid for the divorce.
Yeah, his dad
And
was in
was
on
like,
it too.
Get the fuck out of here. And isn't that like when he fled?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know shit. Why do we have a podcast? We don't know anything. We come on here and tell the stupidest stories. And they're just like goofy the rest of the time.
Hold on. We got one more treat.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
we
dessert.
end for the evening.
We have it's cold.
This chair is 100% gonna break.
Well, yeah, it's okay. It'll last a few more minutes. Oh wait, can you get my drink out, please?
Is that the punch?
No, I was drinking the Code Red. I don't like Mountain Dew, but there's
Is
something.
that your Code Red?
Oh yeah, that's my Code Red.
Okay.
Code Red, Code Red.
All right.
So, for dessert, we have
Tacos and hot dogs.
yeah, we have eyeballs and brain chunks. I'm so
What the hell
funny.
was that sound that you just
I
made?
thought of all this myself.
She did. I had nothing to do with it.
So clever, little old me.
I'm enjoying this blood.
Oh my god.
Give me some eyeballs.
I wonder if he ever like put his fist up somebody and like wore them like a puppet. And it was like
He puppeteered them.
before like he ate them.
Maybe. I know I would.
Eyeballs are
I wouldn't eat them, but I would
Cotton candy grapes are literally the
fist
best.
them.
I'm not gonna eat a person, but I'll fist them.
We're gonna be on like some kind of like list now, like for the police.
Yeah, probably.
If anybody shows up cannibalized in Pittsburgh.
They're gonna blame us, obviously.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if I
Eyeballs
like-
and brains are delicious.
I don't know if I like the brains after I ate the eyeballs because the brains,
because you can't taste them because they're sweet.
they're more tart now because the eyeballs were sweet.
Carol, what you didn't say anything. Oh, Carol. Blank.
Carol, you don't want to.
Oh, Carol.
Carol, you don't want to listen to this conversation. You're a church lady.
Eyeballs are like eating egg. No, they're not. Is that an egg?
I think it is an egg.
Steven.
All right. So what are we talking about next time? When's our next podcast? Let me look.
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know what we're talking about, but it'll be something
I
Appalachian
just
related.
show up
The 23rd. The 23rd will be the next one.
February
But-
23rd or January.
January.
Oh shit.
But something we're going to be doing on our YouTube. If you don't,
Yes.
okay.
We
Yes.
will put that. Oh, that can be merch. We
Yes.
can have
Merch.
We need a merch store.
We do.
That'll be our first t-shirt, Sarah.
Yeah.
You'll
So-
get the first one for free.
So if you don't follow the YouTube,
Yep.
Appalachian Ghost Girls. That's what it is on YouTube. We're gonna start like documenting some of our our stuff that we do.
Yeah.
We're going to be
adventures.
investigating.
Investigating.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Where you talk like you're from the South.
I always get made fun of, so I go, what the hail? Like hail? Hail. What the hail?
Penny and her tippy tappies. Come here, Penny.
But we're going to start, oh my God, I just lost my voice.
Come here, Penny.
From all them balls.
Yeah.
We're going to start documenting our adventures. So we're investigating the haunted
Haman.
I didn't finish dinner yet. I still got a lot
Everybody, look how cute my dog is.
here. We're like this is like two ADHD people trying to conduct a thought.
She's the cutest baby ever.
Don't eat the balls.
You can have a brain.
Here,
She can have a brain.
Okay.
Oh, I smelled your breath. It was stinky. Whenever she was in my face earlier, I couldn't smell it.
All right. So the haunted Heyman house. I can smell it from here. The
Penny,
haunted
you
Heyman.
are sorry.
I can't think.
Sorry.
The haunted Heyman house is in West Virginia. We're going to be investigating it with some other people, but we're going to head there early. Flatwoods Monster Museum is right by there. I've been there before, but I talked to them. You know, don't know anything about the Flatwoods Monster. I think the Flatwood Monster is a girl because it looks like she has on a dress. But you know, men can wear dresses too. I don't care.
Well, they were originally made for men, so
yeah,
just like heels and makeup.
I just get feminine vibes from her.
Carol. Oh, Carol didn't see what we had for dinner. We had spaghetti and meatballs, aka intestines and testicles, with garlic bread fingers and eyeball and brain chunk dessert. And then we're also drinking blood.
Yes. So follow the YouTube because we're gonna film. We're
everything.
Braxton County is where this place is at, and there's quite a few locations. There's a Bigfoot museum there. We're gonna showcase.
I love Bigfoot, so I'm excited about that.
We're gonna showcase Braxton County and some of the cool, like, spooky things to do there. So yeah, follow our YouTube because we're gonna post it all on there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff coming up.
Yeah, we have every single month we have something planned.
Yeah, we have a lot of Girls and Ghouls events. So
yeah,
check the Facebook page
conventions.
Or group. We're going to be speaking in October at a convention. It's not officially out yet. Yeah, she wasn't thrilled with that, but I've spoke at a few of them, so it'll be fine.
We'll end up just doing this kind of crap.
Yes. We probably should have notes, though.
We'll take note cards for sure. What do you guys think of my house? Be honest. Is it crazy? Is it just crazy enough? Do you like all my masks?
Or do you want to do...
I just got a new one. This is my newest one.
Your armpits better not smell.
They don't. I switched back to regular deodorant because I was sick of smelling like roasted onions on a hot day. I was like, well, if I'm gonna get cancer, at least I'll smell good. Thank you. I love dragonflies.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing.
I love bugs in general.
In July, our friend Barb, they're doing, it's like what's it called, mystical gathering. It's in Ohio,
like
so we're vendors for that.
Yeah,
and she makes all kinds of jewelry. She makes all kinds of.
I'm gonna have all my bugs and all my bones.
She'll make like really. You don't have any right here.
I don't have anything down here. I don't.
But she'll make resin. She is such a weirdo. She'll collect bugs everywhere. We were in California last year, and she was like walking around picking up and I had to give her like an old pill bottle.
Yeah,
you're just shoving like dead bugs in there.
I literally collect so much stuff. Every time I'm walking, I'm collecting.
I have so many videos of you just so collecting things.
Yeah, I'm always picking shit up off the ground and putting it in my pockets.
And I'm always like filming everything constantly.
Yeah, I'm definitely a gatherer. So
yeah, it's like inside that room, it's very we should do a house tour sometime.
Okay. We'll do a house tour.
Yeah.
If we get so many followers or we'll get so many views, we'll do a house tour.
Because eventually...
Look at me. I'm an influencer now.
Eventually, we'll be doing this from my house because I have a room in my basement that I'm turning into
Well, maybe we can still do both once in a while.
I don't want to come to your house. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
My house is cool.
I like your house.
There's ghosts here. That's one we'll have to do is do an actual investigation of my house because we both have had experiences here. I've had several friends that have had weird shit happen here.
I've run the spirit box here. I've had stuff.
We'll have to do that.
There's some,
Maybe we can add that to our calendar
and
this
there's
year.
something in the basement.
It's definitely something
And
in the
she's like,
basement.
come in to the house through the basement today. And I come in and the fucking lights are off. And I'm like, all
in all
right.
fairness, I thought I left one on
I
for
know.
you, so I'm sorry.
I'm just like,
but there is like a 7-foot shadow monster down there.
and I'm just like, don't bother me. It's like I do when I go on any haunted location.
Yeah.
I'm like, leave me alone. And I'm
Yeah.
going up the steps.
Yeah. That's where I feel it the most, is coming up the steps.
We are the Ghost Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting her more
I'm
into
so
it.
full of brains.
She lives in a haunted house though. Although I think there's something in my house too. Like both my kids, like everybody has like had an experience in my house.
Well, we have to do like an investigation here and then at your house for our YouTube.
Yeah, and if there's something at my house, then I brought it in because
it came with you from somewhere.
Yes, because here it's always been haunted. She moved in. My house, I don't believe was haunted, and it was blessed and all that stuff. And so it's only been the like last couple of years.
Yeah.
And like I definitely brought something in if there's something in my house, but I feel like
no, the dogs are generally fine in the basement. I never have an issue.
That one that passed away, she has this one dog she used to take care of. That poor pupper was like blind.
She was 19 and blind.
Was she
in
deaf?
Diapers? No.
She did wear diapers. I'm like, she wouldn't know what is going on around her though. Like she's like just.
You were like, if that shadow monster messes with her.
I know. Seriously, we're gonna have hers.
You know, the dogs are always fine. So like nothing here has ever been like try to hurt me or like hurt anybody in any way. I think it just like is a presence.
I've always felt
and like
that
it's not going anywhere.
I've always felt it was like one of the elderly people that lived here before you did.
I think it's the man, Sam. Remember when we did this? I can never remember the name of all your gadgets. It said Sam.
Yeah, I also had a Teresa come
Sam.
through.
It said not the last time.
No, the first time I had said
Teresa. The first time it said Teresa. It said Penny, and it said Corey. Clear as day. This last time it said Sam. It said basement, and it said something about kids. I don't remember exactly.
When I got married to Sean, I slept here the night after my bachelorette thing.
Mm-hmm.
Both my friend Mickey and I were on. She has like a big couch, and we were both on different parts of it. And I wasn't like wasted or drunk or anything like that, but I was sleeping and like something. And I hate when they do this. Something clearly like yelled Jen, and I like popped my head up, scared the shit out of me. It's not the first time that's happened to me. And then Mickey, when she got here that same time, was sleeping in your spare room because I think there's something in your spare room. I've always like felt like something was in the spare room, but she was laying in there and she was trying to nap because she had just like flown here from New York City. So she was napping. She heard talking. She thought that I came here and that her and I were talking like downstairs.
Yeah, down here.
And she got up to say, "Oh, let me go see Jen." Goes and sees that she is laying down.
Yeah, I was down. She comes down, and I'm on the couch just like watching.
And
TV
I'm
or
not
whatever.
even here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know. Some crazy shit. So we should investigate here sometime on the stream.
Yeah, we should.
I'll do an Estes or something. You can ask questions. They can ask questions through here.
Yeah.
You guys think that's a good idea? I do. What? Teresa, maybe.
Teresa? What?
Yeah.
What, Terry?
I think there's an old lady. So that makes perfect sense. There could be more than one, though. I don't know.
The old lady with the veil, that could be the shadow figure.
Yeah. But that's
because it was that it was tall, but it also could have just been me imagining what I'm feeling.
I had like a little bit of goosebumps.
Yeah,
Terry.
no, that definitely gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, no, not like it was like almost like exciting.
I know, that's what I mean, but like my hairs are sticking up.
I do like barbecue.
Facts. So, I don't.
She doesn't eat meat.
I have had corn ribs before.
What the hell is that?
They were like a trend on the interwebs. You like have an ear of corn and you cut it into quarters and you air fry it and it gets crisp.
See her wearing faded old
Scrapes
white veil, and she
around
kind of
as she
scrapes around as she walks.
That's crazy. Nadine was over here one night
Yeah.
and she heard like, she thought it was like she could hear like these scraping sounds coming from like the back of the couch.
Could be because she's really old and her feet are like just dragging as she walks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or if she has any kind of like
Yeah,
heel
like
boot
shuffling.
on. Yeah, like the feet are dragging.
Yeah. I get to go home tonight. She has to stay here. No. Although that I get to see what fresh hell awaits me at my house.
Yeah.
I have 2 vintage Ouija boards displayed in my bedroom that I got like in the last couple months, and I'm always like, I wonder if I brought anything with me on those. One of them's from the 1800s.
I thought you weren't into Ouija.
I don't play Ouija. I don't play Ouija because it doesn't work for me. And there's like a mental block that I have. I guess it's from so much years of like Pentecostalism from growing up, but I have a mental block to it. That doesn't mean I don't believe that it could be happening for somebody else, but I definitely believe that things get attached to things, objects, whatever.
Yeah.
I've brought in a lot of antique objects in my house. My whole bedroom set is antique. I have an old antique.
You don't cleanse things that you bring?
YOLO.
Well, I mean, I pretty much cleanse everything, and I cleanse my house regularly. I cleanse myself regularly, just so I don't. Because I don't want I don't want any energy from anywhere, not just paranormal energy, but I mean energy from just being out in the world that attaches to you that is not yours. I will like periodically cleanse my house. But do I cleanse everything? I used to also like cleanse myself after I left an investigation. I don't do that anymore. Oh, well.
You know, I forget.
I mean, I feel that
because I do so many, you know, that I like.
But
I don't know.
Just
I just
be
forget.
like ritual.
It should, but it's not.
Because I'm gonna start. Because
you should definitely.
Well, I can just do it for everybody.
Good.
We can have a ceremony before and after each investigation.
Okay.
Hey, I don't want anything attaching to me.
I didn't say okay and like a okay.
Well, seemed like it.
That's just some bitch. Like everything I say comes off bitchy.
Bitch.
Okay, so we're gonna go. 23rd. Please come and watch us.
You know what's funny? One of Doug's friends is like real like woo woo.
What's woo woo mean?
Like real like spiritual. Like he has like a spiritual dad that's a hawk. Don't ask questions. I know nothing.
Okay.
But we were out there one day and he just straight up was like, "You're a witch." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "But you're selfish." He's like, "The shit that you do is only for your personal gain." He's like, what are you doing for everybody else?"
I'm like, "You don't fucking know me."
Yeah. And I was like, wow. I was like, that's fucking crazy. So that's crazy, bro. So that night we have a big fire pit across the way. I lit up the fire pit and I had a box of sage left over from your wedding stuff. Remember I made all those little cauldron things? I burned the entire box of sage. You should have seen the cloud that was coming up out of our fire pit. But I was like, I am literally cleansing the entire like world right now.
Because her street, I've talked to her neighbors. Her street is like super haunted.
Oh yeah, there's
been like murders here from like a long time
ago.
There
used to be like a speakeasy.
Yeah.
Because there's like, if you like between the two houses down here, there's a front house. And then in the back, there's like a much smaller house. And there was like a tunnel that like ran underneath there. There's a ton of history back here. But don't say where we are.
I'm not.
We're on live. I know I'm getting popular, but I don't want people showing up at my house.
You don't want to show up here. She'll like,
I'll kill you.
she'll puppeteer you.
I will. That was not even planned.
All right. See you on the 23rd.
We went like twice as long as.
I know. It's all right.
Here's to 2025.
Praying that shit stops being crazy. Praying for Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Whether you want to be shitty or not about the celebrities, I feel bad that they're still human beings.
They are.
And they're losing all their stuff.
Regardless if they have money or not to replace everything, that's not.
Yeah.
That's
and this
not
all
the point.
and even more so all the other people.
Fire is
lose stuff.
devastating.
And all
That
the
is
animals.
like the scariest thing to me. So I wouldn't wish that on anybody, whether you're a billionaire or not. Like,
and then prayers for New Orleans as well, because that was horrible.
the world's fucked up.
It is. It's been like 9 days and so much crazy shit has already happened.
It just doesn't stop. It's just day after day of insanity, and I'm like,
I'm
this
very
is why I'm
desensitized.
crazy.
Well, I'm
This
desensitized
is
to it.
why I keep my fucking therapist in with a job.
Well, in that story about Boone Helm, they forgot about what he did because something else happened.
Right.
Like that, I'm like, that's America. Welcome to America.
Right. It's like one tragedy happens and like you can't even get over that or even fucking process it because the next day
Yeah.
it's something else.
What fresh hell awaits us
fucking
today?
fresh hell.
All right. So take care of yourselves.
We love you. Thanks for being here.
Love you. See y'all soon.
Yeah.
Bye.